She thought it was funny. The room spun as I gripped the edge of the gift box, its satin ribbon slippery under my trembling fingers. Laughter echoed from the crowd of friends and family packed into our cozy living room, their voices a blur against the pounding in my chest. The box was light, too light, for the weight of anticipation it carried. My wife, Elise, stood across from me, her smile sharp and teasing, her eyes glinting with something I couldn't place. "Open it, Ben," she urged, her voice honeyed but edged with a challenge. 30 years old, surrounded by everyone I loved, and yet the air felt thick, like I was breathing through wet cloth. I tore open the wrapping, the crowd's cheers fading into a distant hum. Inside the box, nestled in tissue paper, was a single photograph. My breath caught as I recognized the image. Me, asleep in our bed, unaware of the camera. Scribbled across it in red marker were the words, "You didn't see this coming, did you?" The room tilted. My fingers fumbled the photo, and it fluttered to the floor, landing face up for all to see. Gasps rippled through the crowd, but Elise's laugh cut through, bright and brittle. "It's just a prank, Ben. Lighten up," she said, stepping closer, her perfume, jasmine and deceit, filling my lungs. But the handwriting wasn't hers. It was too jagged, too angry. My eyes darted to her best friend, Mia, standing by the fireplace, her arms crossed, her lips pressed into a thin line. The room buzzed with awkward murmurs, but all I could hear was the blood roaring in my ears. This wasn't a prank. This was a confession. I'd always trusted Elise. 10 years of marriage, countless late-night talks, her hand in mine through every storm. How could I not? But there were cracks, small ones I'd ignored. The way she'd linger on her phone, her thumb swiping quickly when I entered the room. The late nights at work, her excuses piling up like unpaid bills. She's stressed, I told myself. She's ambitious. I loved her ambition, her fire. I loved the way her laugh could fill a room, the way she'd dance in our kitchen to old jazz records, her bare feet tapping against the cold tile. But lately, her laughter had been scarce, her eyes distant, like she was looking through me to someone else. The photo burned in my memory as I stood there, the party unraveling around me. I forced a smile, my face a mask of calm while my insides churned. "Funny, babe," I managed, my voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. The guests relaxed, their chatter resuming, but Mia's gaze lingered on me, heavy with something unspoken. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but the weight of 30 pairs of eyes held me in place. I shoved the photo into my pocket and raised my glass. "To another year of surprises," I said, my toast met with clinks and cheers. Elise's eyes met mine, and for a moment, I saw a flicker of guilt, or was it amusement? The rest of the night blurred by, a parade of forced smiles and small talk. Elise played the perfect hostess, her laughter louder now, as if to drown out the tension. I watched her move through the crowd, her red dress clinging to her curves, her hair catching the light like spun gold. She was beautiful, and I hated how much I still wanted her. Mia, on the other hand, kept her distance, her dark eyes tracking Elise like a predator. I caught her slipping out to the backyard, and my gut told me to follow. The night air was crisp, the scent of pine and cigarette smoke lingering. Mia leaned against the deck railing, a glass of wine in her hand, her silhouette sharp against the moonlight. "You okay?" she asked without turning, her voice low, almost tender. I stepped closer, the photo burning a hole in my pocket. "Was it you?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "Did you put that in the box?" She turned, her eyes searching mine. "What do you think, Ben?" Her tone was careful, like she was testing me. "You really believe Elise would pull a stunt like that without help?" My stomach twisted. Mia had been Elise's shadow since college, always there, always too close. I'd dismissed the rumors, friends joking about their chemistry, the way Mia's hand would linger on Elise's arm. But now, doubt gnawed at me. "Tell me the truth," I said, my voice cracking. "Is she with someone else?" Mia's lips parted, then closed. She took a sip of wine, her movements deliberate. "You're asking the wrong question," she said finally. "It's not about who. It's about why." The next morning, the house was quiet, the remnants of the party scattered like evidence. empty wine bottles, crumpled napkins, a forgotten jacket. Elise was in the kitchen, humming softly as she brewed coffee. The normalcy of it felt like a betrayal. I stood in the doorway, watching her, the photo now hidden in my desk drawer. "We need to talk," I said, my voice flat. She turned, her smile faltering. "About what?" "The prank. Ben, it was just a joke. Mia thought it'd be funny." "Mia," I repeated, the name sour on my tongue. "So it was her idea?" Elise hesitated, her fingers tightening around the mug. "Yeah. She thought it'd shake things up. You've been so serious lately." I stepped closer, my heart pounding. Shake things up. Elise, that photo wasn't a joke. It was a threat. My voice rose, and I hated how it trembled. "Who took it? Who's been in our house, in our bedroom?" Her eyes widened, but there was no shock, only a flicker of panic. "Ben, you're overreacting. It was just us messing around. No one else was there. Stop lying." The words burst out before I could stop them. The kitchen felt too small, the walls closing in. "I saw the way Mia looked at you last night. I saw the way you avoided me after I opened that box. What's going on, Elise? Are you with her?" Her face crumpled, and for a moment, I thought she'd deny it. But then she set the mug down, her hands shaking. "It's not what you think," she whispered. "Mia and we got close. Too close. But it's over. It was a mistake." The world tilted again, the ground slipping out from under me. "A mistake?" I choked out. How long? How long have you been lying to me?" 6 months, she said, her voice barely audible. "It started as a fling. I didn't mean for it to happen. I love you, Ben. I swear I do." Love. The word felt like a slap. I wanted to believe her, wanted to cling to the life we'd built, but the photo's red scrawl flashed in my mind. "You didn't see this coming, did you?" I thought of Mia's cryptic words, her quiet rage. This wasn't just about Elise. Mia had wanted me to know, had wanted to break us. That night, I found Mia at a bar downtown, her eyes bloodshot, her hands wrapped around a whiskey glass. "You wanted me to find out," I said, sliding into the booth across from her. "Why?" She laughed, a bitter sound. "Because she doesn't get to have it all. She doesn't get to keep you and me and pretend nothing's wrong." Her voice cracked, and I saw the pain beneath her anger. "I loved her, Ben. And she chose you." The truth hit like a freight train. Elise hadn't just betrayed me, she'd betrayed Mia, too. 2 hearts broken, 1 marriage shattered, all because of her choices. I thought of the photo, the cruel handwriting. Mia's revenge, laid bare at my birthday party, disguised as a prank. I left the bar without another word, the night air cold against my skin. Back home, Elise was waiting, her bags packed, her eyes red from crying. "I'll go," she said. "I'll give you space." But as she walked out, the photo still in my drawer, I realized the real betrayal wasn't just her affair. It was the lie we'd both lived, that love could survive without trust. And as the door closed behind her, I wasn't sure if I was relieved or broken.